G'day guys, welcome to a bit of a shakedown. I'm out here doing a bit of a solo run with the vehicle, bit of a shakedown since I released it on Modified episode 100. So the video quality coming up is probably not at what it normally is because I'm filming everything and doing everything myself. Anyway, stay tuned. And this is the point where I'll reverse and drive back into frame. We're all aired down to about 25 psi. Not sure what we'll encounter today, but we'll probably find something that might be gnarly or might not be gnarly. Well, that's part of the fun, right? Not knowing what's up ahead. So not so much out today to see how it handles on the tracks. I mean, I kind of already know that because I've driven this for quite a number of hundreds of Ks on sand and hills up here in the Mundaring, which we are now, although we will be doing some driving. But what I can tell you from the get-go is the suspension handles really well when it's loaded. When my fuel tank's empty, when my water tank's empty, and when my cargo in the back is empty, it does feel a bit stiff. So I wouldn't say it's the best daily to drive if you hit bumps, but in terms of road handling, in that sense, bloody brilliant. It actually feels like I just drove it out of the showroom floor. So I've come up to this intersection. I just want to show you something. So this right here, folks, see that bit of a gouge in this track there, and we're not that far off the track really, just here. So I was coming down this road about a year ago in the Hilux, and it was pissing down with rain. Everything was saturated. As soon as you just leave the road by a little bit, because there was a branch here somewhere from memory, I sunk right in, stopped the car, basically. It just pulled me off the track. And it's quicksand. Have a look at that. And that there. And check that out. Wobble, wobble. Second time using the winch today. The first time I recovered him. Now he gets one back on me. So in winter, be very careful. Don't deviate from the track, or you end up like me. I think it's time for lunch. And some cream cheese. I pull up the side of the road because I'm thirsty to get a drink out of my fridge. The interesting thing is, this reminded me of a couple of things. While we're building the center console, I spoke to Torbs, I spoke to Harry, I spoke to a lot of other different people during that time or when it was being built. They were interested in what I was doing. And they all asked, oh, what type of fridge are you putting in your center console? And my response to all of them was, I'm not putting a fridge in the console. There's no point in having a fridge in the console because I have a fridge on the driver's side outside. I pull over, stretch my legs, have a bit of a break. Take in some fresh air. That is my ritual when I go driving around, even on the highway. I can knock out a lot of Ks in one day, like 1600, but the way I'm doing it is constantly stop, get out, drive, stop, drive, stop. That's my constant thing. Good thing about solo traveling, don't have to share anything with anyone. And how often would I drive and pull out a drink and have a drink while I'm driving? I would just pull over and then get a cool drink out instead. I don't see the point. So therefore, there's no fridge in the center console and I have no regrets that I didn't do it. What I do have in my console, on the other hand, is a spot to charge all my gear. Someone's asked me How am I able to charge my gear as I'm out traveling on my own without a canopy on the back, all that kind of stuff? So, here we are. Charging GoPro from one of my 16 USBs. Well, there's two charging here. This is unfinished in there, just so you know. But I wanted to show you because there will be a cover and a false floor at some stage, and then a bit of a shelf in here. But what I've done is I've velcroed my lighter, the Rhino High key, but also here's my battery. That's for my swag, so if I need to charge my phone and my swag, it's velcroed there, I can take it off. Also charging in here is, you know, the other GoPro 9 down here, and that's a DSLR. So that's where all my charging needs are. At the back, I charge the bigger batteries from the inverter. I'll show you that a bit later. All right, let's keep going. Here we go, here's the doozy hill I wanted to give a go. Alrighty. Oh, that looks a bit more chewed up than what it normally does. And this is why I don't want an auto. I've got way more control in a manual with the rear diff still locked. So I've made it. Kind of too easy. I've had dinner and it's time to pack everything up. I would just like to pack everything up before I go to bed. Well, not going to bed, just it's still pretty early actually, but I just like to have a clean camp so there's less I've got to do later. I like to just sit back, relax in my chair. This is my favourite chair, being able to sit like this. It's great. This is mainly to answer those questions that people had about no canopy. Look, swag in the back, one of those front runner boxes with food, one with tools. That big drawer in the tray fits all my utensils and stuff. But here's the room in that box. Like, this box isn't even, like, not even half full. You know, and there's a big bag of peanuts in there too. I won't even need all that just for a couple of days here anyway. So in terms of the shakedown for camping, well, already know the swag's good because it fits in the tray. It's always been there. This table though, this to me has been a game changer. I don't like using that word, but this has been a game changer for me though. This table on that roof rack, stainless steel as well, so I can just chop stuff straight on it if I want to, but it does get dirty with all the dust. Not that dirty though. So that just sits up there, which is great because that's the whole reason why I angled the tires and got the table up there, and tomorrow morning when I put it up there, it can be the last thing going up. The camp setup is very similar to what was on the Hilux, and this is just an overnighter. So if I'm going for a long trip, I can bring the trailer. So the trailer is a great option there because you just hook it up there and off you go. And then I can still do day trips because I can use it as a base camp. So those tracks where I can't bring the trailer, well, I can have a base camp or come back to camp, or I can still bring my swag in the back, and I've got best of both worlds, which is great. Shakedown till this evening, I'm very happy, and I want to sit back and relax now, so I'm going to turn this camera off and I'll see you guys in the morning. Given I'm traveling solo, I thought I'd put in some valuable tips here. Now, to some people this is obvious, but there are a lot of people out there that it will not be obvious to. Especially the first one, first aid kit. There's no one else out here to help you. Something goes wrong, and it can happen, and it probably will happen one day. First aid kit, a substantial one, and know how to use it as well. That's the most important thing. The other one, snakebite kit. If you're in Australia or in a place where, hot climate, there will probably more than likely be venomous snakes around. You never know what will happen. Carry this around hoping you never have to use it, and you probably never will, but the day it happens, you're going to wish you had one of these, and you're going to wish you knew how to use them. So even having one of these without knowing how to use it, there are generally instructions in here and they're quite easy to follow. So just do yourself a favour, get yourself a snakebite kit. They don't cost that much, and you learn it in first aid. If you do first aid, in Australia anyway, you learn how to treat snake bites as well. And of course, your first aid kit. Oh, one more thing. And the other thing I was going to talk about, the fire extinguisher. Somewhere where it's easy to get. Mine's Velcro to the carpet. Super easy to get, stops it from banging around. Hey, look, call me Captain Obvious if you want. You should really have these items with you regardless if you're traveling on your own or not, but they're even more crucial if you're traveling on your own, and you'll be surprised the amount of people who don't bring those 3 items with them. And they're super crucial, especially on your own. You can't rely on anyone else. Top of the morning to yous. Been a while since I've done selfie mode. Feels weird actually. Anyway, up a bit early-ish. How do I charge AC stuff with my inverter? That's what I was going to show you yesterday. Well, follow me. Here we are. As you can see down here, we got my Milwaukee charger that lives down here. It's Velcroed. GME radio charger. And here's my battery charger. Now this is not Velcroed. And the reason why it's not Velcroed is because the only time I'll charge the camera battery is when I'm parked up at camp or parked up somewhere. So, because the battery will always be in here. This is where the main camera will live if I'm traveling on my own. Even if I'm doing a trip and Chris is with me, camera guy, then I'll still have this here, and my DSLR lives on the other side with the clothing bag on top. Even before my 4-seat conversion, that's how it was, except for it was a lot more messy because stuff would slide around and go everywhere. So this is actually helping me be a bit neater as well. Of course, if I'm traveling with the kids, then the camera will stay in, possibly, or I just won't bring it, and then I'll rely on the camera guy, or I just won't film if I'm going away with the kids, or I'll just do with GoPros like this. So I will adapt to whatever I need to, and I don't like bringing more stuff than I have to. And that starts the inverter up, which is behind here. And to get to that, oh, we've got to move the camera bag. Power of editing is gone. Like that. And there it is right there. Nice and easy to get to if I need to do anything, but I've got like a double adapter thing down there. Oh, that's a damn good cold brew coffee. It may not seem like it, but I actually have a mobile kitchen here. It's a utility vehicle that's set up for play, work, touring, weekenders. It's very versatile. I've got my water, I've got my lunchroom up here, I've got my fridge. If I want to buy some new furniture and cart it home, just remove the fridge, remove 2 tyres, I've got a world of space. Versatility, that's why I'm a ute guy. So that I am very pleased with. I'm very pleased with how the whole shakedown's gone actually. This is just a weekender though. So the message here goes, with your setup, try not to overcomplicate it, because it's very easy to overcomplicate things, and until you have to actually use it in certain scenarios, you won't find out until then if you overcomplicate things. It may seem good at the time, but it may not be good in the long run. Simple is usually better.